What's up YouTube, it's Ghostwriter15 here, back at it again with another GOAT format video. That's right, GOAT format. I haven't made a GOAT format video in a while, but I recently started playing it again, and yeah, I played a really good match against Alefia, and I just wanted to show it to you guys. So without further ado, let's just jump right into the video. Alright, so first of all, I'm going to be playing with Alefia, and I believe he wins the RPS, so he's going to be going first. And my opening hand is Upstart, Sork, BLS, Jar, and Night Assailant. Not the greatest hand, but we can make it work. We have draw power. So he's going to start off with Thunder Dragon, which is pretty standard, pretty staple. And that's not pretty standard. So he's playing Chaos Ritual pretty much. And this deck has a decent matchup against Turbo, but I still think Turbo is favored. So he searches for Relinquished. And right off the bat, he activates Card Destruction. So unfortunately, I don't have a flip monster to gain advantage with Night Assailant effect, but at least it's gonna help me to dig deeper into getting Trinity pieces. But unfortunately, I am gonna lose two boss monsters, which does suck. So he ditched a lot of dead cards that weren't useful. Unfortunately, he had to ditch BLS. And then I drew into Wind Blast, I drew into Thunder Dragon, Heavy, Mask of Darkness, which is another spicy tech that I play sometimes, and Sinister Serpent. So my hand is a little better, but not that great still. He hits me with Duo, which is not that bad because I have Serpent. He hits Thunder, obviously discarding Serpent. So he sets one, and for turn I draw Thunder Dragon, so not really good here, but I do have a couple things I can do. We start off by getting back Serpent. Get the one Thunder Dragon. Just set Wind Blast, set Mask, and hopefully we can loop this Wind Blast a bit. But he hits me with MST, unfortunately. He cross-outs my masks. I'm playing two of them. He normal summons Breaker without any backer on my side of the field. So what this is telling me is he's setting up for like an OTK push the following turn. So standby, main. I'm surprised I did not get Dust Shooted. I was expecting Dust Shoot. So I activate Heavy, and he chains Jar. The other one's Raigeki Break. You know, maybe I should have just held the Heavy, but you know, I wasn't sure if he was playing Wind Blast or Raigeki Break, but just because Raigeki Break is a lot more common than Wind Blast, I should have just assumed that it was Raigeki Break and just set the Sangan, and hopefully he Raigeki Breaks it. So he attacks, I get the Spy, and then I search for Spy, and he attacks with Breaker. He sets one monster, one back row, passes it back to me. I top deck Charity, a really good top deck. I activate it, no Solemn, and I draw pretty good, but unfortunately no trap cards in sight, which is something I want in this situation. Very low on life points. So I just go ahead and use Sork to banish the Breaker, of course. Get rid of that thing. Don't want it there because if I do draw a trap, I don't want it popping my trap card. then I said Spy, pass turn. The reason I said Spy over Magician of Faith is I'm pretty low on life points, and I just don't want to lose this turn. He flips up Spy, activates Torrential, so Torrential's gonna go insane here. And he summons a Sorcerer or a BLS. I didn't even get to see, but I just know that the game's over, so I just scoop it up and go to game 2. On to game 2. So opening hand is Sinister, Duo, Ring, Shoot, and Sorcerer. Pretty good. 6th card is Night Assailant. I would have preferred to have a different flip to start off with, but you know, I'm not gonna complain too much. So I start off with using Duo, and I hit the Ring and Reaper. Pretty good. I'll take it. So I just set 3 past turn. During standby, obviously I'm gonna shoot, and let's take a look at what he has. He has his own Shoot, Pot, Manju, and Tribe. So I want to get rid of Manju because Manju's the +1 in this situation. Yeah, I get rid of Manju. Activate Pot on his side. He draws 2. Then he activates Mind Con, so that's one of the cards he drew with Pot. I'm okay with this. It's just a Night Assailant. He sets 1, passes it to me. I'll draw another Sorcerer, but unfortunately, no Light or Dark in my grave, so both of them are dead cards. So I just switched that Night Assailant to defense. Set the Serpent, pass turn. I know he's playing Dust Shoot because I saw it with my own Dust Shoot, so I want to set the Serpent to play around that. If he Dust Shoots me, or if I keep the Serpent in hand and he Dust Shoots me, then my hand's gonna remain a brick. He summons that Tribe that I know about. He swings. Activate Ring. He sets 1 more, passes it to me. I draw another Night Assailant. Not that good here. So I can either just set it or force out the Shoot. And there's pros and cons to both. The Shoot, if I set it, then the Shoot remains dead for longer. But if I don't set it, my hand's gonna remain a brick. And the problem with setting Night Assailant is that Torrential Tribute is gonna go crazy. Assuming he has it, but I don't know. So he just passes it back to me. I draw Cross out, and at this point I feel like I gotta commit to the strategy of playing around Shoot. I've already committed to it, so I might as well keep committing. Set the Cross out, pass. He just passes it back to me, so both of us are doing a whole lot of nothing right now. And I draw Charity, so I can fire the Charity, discard 2 dead cards, but you know, discarding 2 Sorks is not the greatest feeling. You lose a lot of gas, especially in the late stages of the game. So what I do is I do a very risky play where I just set Charity and pass. So he draws, he sets another back row, passes it to me. I draw Mask, and I'm just gonna set the Mask. At this point, I'm fully committed to the not getting hit by Shoot plan. If he hits me with Torrential, it is what it is. Sadly, he duels me, but you know, now at least I know that shoot is gonna be dead because I'm not gonna have 4 cards. I'm not even close. I'm at 0 now. So he sets a monster, passes it to me. I flip up the mask, and I have 2 choices. I can get Ring, or I can get Dust Shoot. I believe I get Dust Shoot in this situation. I could be wrong, but I do believe I get Dust Shoot. Yeah, I do get Dust Shoot because I know that he's going to be at 4 cards next turn unless he happens to have Regeki Break, but it'll force out the Regeki Break if he has it. Next, activate the Crossout, banish that Spy, just swing for 900 damage. Set both and pass, and he does have the Wind Blast, so he hits the Dust Shoot. I'm fine with that. He gets back Serpent, sets 2. Now I draw Dust Shoot. Surprise, surprise. Next, I activate Jar, get another Jar, and I just swing, having a feeling that it's just Serpent set. I don't flip up this Night Assailant because it's known that he has Serpent, so I'm not gonna risk it. Here, I probably make a misplay. I set the Dust Shoot, and I should have probably just held the Dust Shoot for Graceful Charity. Lefty is a really good player, so he's not just gonna play into it. Yeah, you see? So I screwed up here. And he summons Azura Priest, which I did not expect. That is actually really good here. It's gonna wipe out my whole field of monsters. And he attacks, and here I'm hoping that first he attacks the Serpent, and then he attacks the Night Assailant. That way I can get the Night Assailant, or I can get the Serpent back to my hand for Graceful. And he does happen to attack Serpent first, so really fortunate for me. I kill the Azura with Night Assailant. Then on my turn, get back the Serpent, and then flip that Charity. Pretty good draws here. Get rid of Serpent, obviously, and then Breaker. Breaker, I just felt like I value the Souk Loop more than trying to pop one of his back rows. And in the Chaos Mirror, it's not really a mirror, but it's like similar playstyle. A lot of the back row is chainable, so Breaker's kind of mid at times, but Magician of Faith is almost always broken, especially when you have it paired with Tsukiyomi. So I just hit Souk, I set Wind Blast, and I pass turn. He plays around the shoot, does not get back his Serpent, as I expected. And here comes BLS. Sheesh. Well, let's see what he does here. So he banishes. Yeah, good call. Then on my turn, I get another Magician of Faith. And the really cool thing about Wind Blast is that if you know the opponent has no light and dark set up, you can safely put back the BLS or the sorcerers on top, and they're just gonna dead draw for a while, so it's great. It's actually better than Regeki Break in this specific situation. And then he draws for turn, we know what it is. So he gets back Serpent. Pretty interesting because he knows that I have Dust Shoe, I believe, so he finally plays into it. I guess he just wants me to use it already because maybe his hand is like really weird where he can't really set much, so he's just saying like, oh, I might as well get rid of the Dust Shoot now. And I Dust Shoot him, and sheesh, no, it makes total sense why he got back to Serpent, because he was going to stay at 3 cards in hand. He couldn't set anything, just like I said. And you might as well get the Serpent now. That way I can shoot you and the following turn you actually get to keep your draw. So I send back Serpent, and he has bricks. Okay, so he just passes because obviously there's nothing else he can do. I draw Sangan for turn. So I just set Sangan first and then flip Faith. That way I play around a Dust Shoot. If he has Torrential, I don't care because it's just Sangan. Get back Grace, and I draw another Dust Shoot, which is insane in this situation, knowing that he's gonna have a really bricked up hand, and I can just send back the new draw if it happens to be a monster that he can play. Activate Pot, Mask of Darkness, and Mind Control. Really good draws here. It's looking great for me. I just set the Mind Control, and then I activate Shoot. So he drew a Manju, so that Manju is going back into the deck. Goodbye, Manju. He just passed his turn. I get back Sinister because at this point, I really don't care if he shoots me. It's like, I have way too much card advantage, and I know his entire hand is dead. So, go ahead and shoot me if you want here. Yep. So I use Tsukiyomi, and by the way, I do have a second copy of Tsukiyomi. It's not a glitch. I decided to test a second copy in the side, and it's okay. It depends on the matchup, but I think it's pretty good here. At this point, I'm just running away with game 2, so yeah, I draw into a shoot, or I draw into a Wind Blast, and basically the whole point of this list is to like slow your opponent down while you draw a bunch of cards, so it's been doing pretty well. So I just set the Wind Blast and pass turn. He activates Snatch Steal, interesting. I guess he really just doesn't want to lose, so he has to Snatch Steal it. And it's just desperate measures for him, and yeah, on to game 3. There's just no coming back from that. Game 3, he's going to be going first. Opening hand is Night Assailant, Shoot, Pot, Mask, Jar. Pretty good, I'll take it. Starts out with the Manju, gets relinquished. Sets 1, passes it to me. I draw Serpent. Not exactly what I want here, but you know, it's okay. 2 more draws. I draw Spy, which is pretty good. But I decided to set Mask over Spy because if he Mindcons this Mask, there's no traps in his grave. So he'll have nothing to get back. Unless that set card behind the Manju is a trap that he can use, but he'll basically be forced to use it. Like if it's a Raigeki Breaker Wind Blast, he'll be forced to use it if he wants to resolve Mask effect. Then on his standby, I shoot him. Let's take a look at his hand. Pretty good hand, but that card destruction is not looking too hot for him because my hand is a bunch of cards that can gain value off of that. Unfortunately, I do have BLS, but I think about it for a while, and I think the best card to send back is the Manju. That way, if he card these, I don't have to worry about BLS anymore. Yeah, so I sent back the Manju. He attacks, and here I think hard because Alefio's a really good player. If I get back Shoot with Mask, he's just gonna set the whole hand, and I'm not gonna be able to resolve this Shoot. So yeah, I decide that it's better just to chain Jar, get back the Jar. I get Faith, get back Jar. I draw Tribe, so unfortunately this hand is very monster mash, but at least they're pretty good monsters. Although, you know, I'd like a trap, of course. So here, knowing that he doesn't have Minecons or Nox, I decided to set the faith and try to get back that pot. He just swings, and I get back the pot. I activate pot. And here I summon BLS. I know it's a bit early and it's a bit risky, but I know he has card destruction in his hand. So if he decides to fire that card D, I'm going to lose the BLS anyway. So I might as well drop it now and get advantage from it while I can. So activate jar. Get another jar, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Set both the jar, or set jar and wind blast, set Sangan. So I decided to set Sangan here because I think he might be afraid that I'm gonna set another magician and help. There's a chance that he could Minecon it or wind blast it or Raigeki break it. He draws for turn. Unfortunately, Thunder Dragon is a pretty good draw for him here because he has card destruction. So he heavies and I'm like, whoa. He must be trying to do something crazy because there's only 2 back row on my side and there's 3 on his total. So he chains his own jar and then he rings me. So yeah, pretty good trade on his part. So there's the Manju. Unfortunately, he drew it again. So now he finally decides to card D. Sadly, I drew a sorcerer with jar, and that's gonna take away some of my gas for the late game. But the good thing is he loses BLS, so I don't have to worry about BLS. So I get Night Ascendant effect, get back a spy because unfortunately spy is my only other flip in the grave. Pot of Greed, graceful. It is looking bad for me. It's looking bad for your boy. He discards Sinister and Relinquished. He Minecons, which is perfect. That's the reason I set the Sangan. I was afraid of that. So he sets 2 and gives me back the Sangan, passes turn. I draw my own Minecon. Unfortunately, not good in this situation, but could be good later. Get back the Serpent because there's no way in hell we're playing around shoot at this point. I have way too many cards in hand. Alright. Upstart into Upstart. Get Ring. Ring, not the greatest card here. My life points are lower than his. So I just decided to go with Breaker. And at this point, it's like, I gotta hope to hit something that's not chainable. The other plays were set Spy or summon Tsukiyomi attack. But summoning Tsukiyomi and attacking is a little risky because if he does, like, clear my monsters with like Mirror Force, he can flip up the Manju and get another search. Sadly, I hit Jar of Greed. And I attack. He thinks about it. And it happens to be Raigeki break, so at least I forced it out. So I just switched Sangan to defense. I set the house. I set everything because he already got rid of Heavy Storm, so I don't have to worry about Heavy Storm. Now, I dust shoot him once again, and let's take a look at his hand. He's got Sangan, Snatch Shield, Torrential, DD Warrior Lady, Deco, and Sinister. So, the scariest thing here, I believe, is the DD Warrior Lady, because I do have back row to protect myself, but I don't want to be forced to use it right now. So I believe I sent back Didi. Yeah, I sent back Didi. And he summons Sangin, which I put back to the top. And then he attacks Sangin effect. I get Mask. And then I draw Thunder Dragon for turn. Very late, but it is what it is. So here I just set Spy because I'm kind of worried that he's gonna try to go all out and I'm gonna lose way too much life points for that. I think it's better to just set Spy because he thinks I set Mask. He saw me search Mask, so he might think that I just set the Mask and he'll take damage. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what happens. He thinks it's Mask, so I just set Spy and I get rewarded for that. On my turn, I draw Night Assailant. Unfortunately, all monster hand. This is like something I do hate about playing Chaos Turbo is sometimes you're just gonna have these weird hands where it's like all monsters. So I think about it for a while and I just decided to set Serpent. Maybe that wasn't correct, but I know for a fact that he has Torrential Tribute set. So I didn't want to lose a lot of card advantage if he does happen to Torrential. The Torrential makes a lot of things awkward. Then on his turn, he top decks Tribe. That is a very bad. Well, for me, it's very bad. But for him, it's great. Great top deck for him. And it's looking bad for me. I might be cooked. So here, I decided to take the Manju. Maybe I should have ringed the Manju instead. Not sure how much of a difference it would have made. I draw Torrential a bit too late, but it can still be useful, so yeah. Here, I think the only options I really have are set Spy, set Night Assailant, or set Tsukiyomi. I cannot set Mask. I cannot set Serpent because I lose if I set those two. So it's between the Suk, the NA, and the Spy. I decided to go with the Spy because it does have the highest defense. And I do want him to take a bit of damage for it. Hopefully he doesn't top deck the out. Nope, he just swings and that lowers his life points a bit. Any little damage I'll take at this point. He sets a monster, passes it to me. I know he has Serpent for a fact. We just saw it, so I'm not gonna mind con. I'm gonna knock. And next, I just decided to set Suk because I know he has Snatch Steal in his hand. So if he Snatch Steals this Spy, it's not gonna be able to run over Suk. So I literally can't set anything else besides Suk. If I go Tribute for Thunder Dragon, he's gonna Torrential and I lose. So yeah, I think the best play is just set Suk. So he does the play where he Snatch Steals, and here I'm thinking as long as he doesn't summon a big monster, has like Mind Con or Knock, I'm safe here. And fortunately he doesn't have another monster, so I get to gain some life points from this Snatch Steal, which is very important. I'm low on life. I draw a duel. It's live now thanks to that Snatch Steal life point gain, but I don't know how valuable it's gonna be. He only has one card in hand, but it could be like a sorcerer or something, so it could be good. Here I think about it for a while, and I feel like the best thing to do is Mind Con the set monster, flip it up, chain Torrential, especially if it's a flip monster. I get a lot of advantage from that, and I really want to simplify the game state at this point because I'm at 16. He has too many monsters on the field. I don't like that. So that's what I decided to do. I Minecon the flip. It's a deco, pretty good. Chain Torrential. And I draw Wind Blast, which is good. I finally have a trap card to protect myself. Sadly, he's gonna get the search with Sangan. But I have the duo, so that's great. I hit 2 decent cards. Now I just set Mask, set Wind Blast, and hope for the best. End phase Dust Tornado, unfortunately, so now a BLS kills me. Top deck knock. Sheesh, because if it wasn't knock, I would have just grabbed back another Wind Blast and try to like slow him down to the point where I can win because he's stuck. But unfortunately, that's not going to happen. Graceful Charity. What a great time to draw Graceful Charity with 5 cards left in deck. Oh well. So I actually decided to fire it, believe it or not, because I still have a couple cards that can get me out of this situation. I know that set card is Torrential Tribute. It's been there for decades. And I have a couple monsters that I can bait it out with. Sorcerer's one of them. So here, with Night Assailant effect, I get back Spy because it's the biggest flip I have in my grave. I don't get back the other NA. Not worth it at this point. I need to do damage. I have 2 turns to do it. So here, I decided to summon Sorcerer first because Alethea is a really good player. I keep saying this, but it's true. He's really good. So, if I go Spy and try to bait out the Torrential, that's not happening. He's not going to Torrential just a Spy. Because Spy is not enough by itself to do a lot of damage within 2 turns. So he's not going to Torrential. So I have to summon that Sorcerer first so I can actually bait out the Torrential right now, because Sorcerer will kill him if he doesn't do anything about it. There it is. And now I just have to swing with Spy and hope for the best. Just set the bluff. He sets a monster, which I'm okay with. I have Minecon. Get back Serp. At this point, it doesn't matter what I Minecon. I just have to do it because I have 1 more turn left to do damage. Turns out to be Spy. I don't have another Spy. That would have been game. So I just go ahead and swing. Set this Faith. I could attribute it for Thunder Dragon, but I wanted the second body on the field. And Spy can get back a lot of good things in my grave. So he crashes. And here I'm thinking, as long as he doesn't have a monster or any relevant back row, I win. But he has knock, which is the second best thing he can have. Yeah, now I'm cooked. I am cooked. I only have 1 card left and I can't do the damage. Yep. That's game. It is what it is. But despite the fact that I lost, I think the game was still a very good one. It was a grindy back and forth. It wasn't just like a complete blowout that you see pretty often in GOAT format. Both of us drew decent. And yeah, great match overall. GG's to Alethea. If you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. This is Ghostwriter 15 signing out.